At the age of 29, Kate Madigan became the assistant general manager of the New Jersey Devils, a female first for the team and history making in sports. I spoke to her about how she broke the glass ceiling and plans to change the landscape.
What's your social life?
Oh, it's not existent. Don't ask my mother.
In a field dominated by men, Kate Madigan is rising to new heights. In July, she became one of 6 females to be named assistant general manager in the NHL, and the first to do so with the New Jersey Devils.
That's a lot of responsibility for someone your age who really wasn't someone who has been inside hockey for the majority of their life.
Correct. Yeah, I think a lot of it's probably attributable. I like to go. That's why I'm always running, always thinking of new ideas. My career, it's not a job, it's a career. It's my life. I love it.
Madigan joined the team in 2017 and knew it wasn't going to be easy.
You looked maybe 5-10 years ago and there was a certain form of what it meant to look like to be a general manager or in a front office. You had to have played or coached, and I never was, so I looked different than the norm.
She grew up outside of Boston. Her father was a scout for the New York Islanders and Pittsburgh Penguins. She and her sister right there in the stands and loving every minute. How someone goes from having a master's in accounting to ending up in a front office.
Yeah, so a lot of it was I loved the game from a young age. So when my dad was with the Penguins, my mom was sick at the time, and I threw myself into hockey.
Helping her mother, who was diagnosed with breast cancer. At 16, hockey was her outlet and her career choice. After working as an accountant for 2 years, she chased her NHL dream. In 2017, starting in the front office. By 2020, she was executive director of operations management. Would you be here today if it were not for your father?
A lot of the hockey stuff, yeah. I'd also say my mom and sister. It was hard. It really was that first year. I think especially it was a culture shift from public accounting to National Hockey League.
Long hours and never-ending duties. Madigan is updating the playbook. Her role is no small part. She's an extension of GM Tom Fitzgerald. Handling the draft or dealing with player injuries, she gives her everything. What has been your biggest accomplishment to date?
Oof. That's a good one.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm very, and this sounds horrible, I'm just going to be quite honest because I'm transparent. I feel like I haven't accomplished much, and I know that sounds wild because I'm 30 years old as a female, but to me, I'm like, I want to make the playoffs. I want to win a Stanley Cup. I want to keep helping change the landscape of the NHL.
And continue to pursue her dreams and blaze a trail. And as you could hear, she's very modest, very humble. It was such a pleasure to sit down with Kate Madigan. And she says her job, as you heard, isn't finished. So plan on hearing much more from this role model.